Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are still fighting out the defamation suit and countersuit in Virginia, and things have amped out in recent weeks, with depositions requested and taken and more. Yet, recent reports indicate Amber Heard's legal team has tried to get the US-based lawsuit dismissed, arguing that the findings in the UK libel suit should be adopted. As for Johnny Depp's lawyer, he is calling it a Hail Mary. Heard asks judge to adopt UK findings in Depp case. Recently, Amber Heard's legal team filed a motion to stay discovery on the defamation claims, and also in memorandum in support of her motion for leave. Her team believes that due to the libel case results, which could favor in favor of the son after the outlet called Johnny Depp a wife-beater, that the judgment rendered should be applicable in the US as well. According to Johnny Depp's lawyer Benjamin Chew, however, this is not the first time Amber Heard's legal team has tried to get the $50 million defamation lawsuit dismissed. He noted via Courthouse News that this is just the latest Hail Mary from Amber Heard's legal team, and that her team has tried to get the defamation lawsuit thrown at this 3 times over the past 2 years. Depp's team believes Amber Heard op-ed in the Washington Post has defamatory and cost the actor work. Cases seem to be moving forward in Virginia but have been costly, with more deposition requests and more coming from both sides. Amber Heard has been looking into Disney and what the company knew about Johnny Depp's actions and behavior during his time on the Pirates of the Caribbean films. For his part, Depp has asserted Amber Heard has lied on several occasions, including saying she would give their divorce settlement to charity but didn't, and also said Heard had asserted Depp was violent once when police body cam footage alleged showed otherwise. Heard's lawyers has also said the Aquaman 2 actress had not been seen able to pay out the full divorce settlement to charity due to ongoing litigation. This time, Heard's lawyer Elaine Charlson Bradhoft did manage to file an amended defense. The 2 celebrities are expected to return to court in July for a hearing. The trial itself is expected to take 4 weeks and will not be a part of the court system until next spring. So there's likely a long system to go until a verdict will be achieved. The news comes a little under a year after Johnny Depp UK libel suit gone into full swing in the UK court after the actor had filed suit back in 2018. Depp ultimately lost that suit and appeal. Last summer, a court in the United Kingdom sifted through the rubble of a high-profile marriage gone bad and found that actor Johnny Depp was not defamed by a British newspaper article describing as a wife-beater. Now an attorney for Depp's ex-wife Amber Heard wants a Virginia judge to embrace those findings in a separate defamation case unfolding in the US. During a hearing Friday in a Fairfax County Circuit Court, attorneys for Heard asked Judge Penny Ascarate to allow them to amend the Aquaman star's grounds for defense in the defamation case brought by Depp. Representing Heard, attorney Elaine Charlson Bradhoff of the firm Charlson Bradhoff Cohen pointed out that the question of the whether Depp, 57, was violent and caused Heard to fear for her life has already been litigated in the UK, and Depp lost that case. The entire world can say Mr. Depp is a wife-beater, she argued. This is the 3rd time in 2 years that Heard's defense team has attempted to get Virginia defamation case tossed out, noted Depp's lawyer Benjamin Chew of Brown Rudnick. He described this as the latest Hail Mary. Both cases involve defamation, but the parties in the 2 lawsuits are different and issues are different, Chew said. Ascarate agreed to allow Bradhoff to file an amendment defense and will hold a hearing in July, but the judge declined the attorney's request to stay discovery in the meantime. In the UK case that concluded last summer, a judge issued a 129 ruling finding that Depp had committed a dozen acts of domestic violence. Bradhoff argues that Virginia court should take judicial notice of the findings or accept them as true and end the case brought by the Pirates of the Caribbean star. If the court rules and applies the UK judgment, Bradhoff argued Friday, the case will be dismissed. Depp first filed suit against The Sun, a British tabloid newspaper, in June 2018 over an article that labeled him a wife-beater. The defendants include News Group newspaper's publisher of The Sun and Dan Wootton, the newspaper's executive editor. Heard was not a party. In that case, Depp sought a determination that he did not commit domestic abuse against his wife, Amber Heard. According to a filing in the Virginia case, instead a British court found the article was substantially true. Depp filed the 2nd lawsuit in March 2019, 3 months after Heard wrote an op-ed in the Washington Post describing the backlash she faced after coming out as a victim of domestic abuse. Depp sued in Virginia, where the newspaper is printed and is asking for $50 million in damages. Heard has countersued for $100 million. Recognizing the British court's findings would prevent a waste of judicial resources, Bradhoff argued. The courts are currently backlogged as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. The trial, which has already been delayed several times, is slated to unfold over a 4-week period next spring. Last year, the U.S. actor lost his libel case against the publisher of The Sun over an article that labeled him a wife-beater. Mr. Depp asked the Court of Appeal for permission to challenge the ruling, but on a Thursday, a judge refused his application and said his appeal had no real prospect of success. The Sun's article, published in April 2019, was the focus of the 3-week trial in July last year. The 57-year-old sued News Group Newspapers, or NGN, the publisher of The Sun, over the accusation that he was violent towards Ms. Heard, but the newspaper maintained its article was accurate. The Hollywood star libel claim was dismissed by Mr. Justice Nicole, who found The Sun's accusation to be substantially true and ruled in the publisher's favor. The judge found Mr. Depp, 57, had assaulted Ms. Heard, 34, on a dozen occasions and put her in fear for her life 3 times. The U.S. actor asked the Court of Appeal to grant permission for him to challenge the High Court's ruling with the aim of having its finding overturned and a retrial ordered. At a hearing last week, Mr. Depp's lawyer asked the court to consider fresh evidence relating to what they said was Ms. Heard's claims that she gave her $7 million or 5.5 million euros divorce settlement to charity. Mr. Depp's barrister Andrew Caldecott QC told the court that claim was a calculated and manipulative lie. After the couple divorced in 2016, Ms. Heard said she would split the $7 million between the Children's Hospital Los Angeles and the American Civil Liberties Union, or ACLU. But Mr. Caldecott said the hospital wrote to Mr. Depp's business advisor in 2019 to say Ms. Heard had not made any payments. During a hearing Friday in a Fairfax County Circuit Court, attorneys for Heard asked Judge Penny Ascarate to allow them to amend the Aquaman star's grounds for defense in the defamation case brought by Depp. Representing Heard, attorney Elaine Charlton Bradhoff of the firm Charlton Bradhoff Cohen pointed out that the question of the whether Depp, 57, was violent and caused Heard to fear for her life has already been litigated in the UK, and Depp lost that case. The entire world can say Mr. Depp is a wife-beater, she argued. This is the 3rd time in 2 years that Heard's defense team has attempted to get Virginia defamation case tossed out, noted Depp's lawyer, Benjamin Chu of Brown Rudnick. He described this as the latest Hail Mary. Both cases involve defamation, but the parties in the 2 lawsuits are different and issues are different.